Okay, so I've said many times that I was going to do a final update on the Mirena crash, but I feel like things are somewhat stable now. It has been 2 years because it happened to me in January of 2021. It has been 2 years and 30 pounds since I've had the Mirena crash, or maybe 20 pounds, I don't know. But let me just cut straight to the chase. I did the digging. I talked to the women. I talked to the doctors, all the different doctors, mainly. And one thing that we can all settle on is that even though it's not a cure-all, your diet is going to be a major step in your recovery. Your diet, your supplements. Okay? And let me tell you, the reason I know that is through experimentation. Now, I'm not saying that I just sat there and tried different diets. I did do that, but that wasn't only it. I had certain situations occur into where I had to purge everything out of my body. Everything. For like 6 weeks, I had to purge everything out of my body. And let me tell you what I learned. I no longer had the same cravings that you all might be experiencing. I no longer had the bloat and the extra weight. I no longer had the anxiety or the hormonal fluctuations. I slept better. Everything that was wrong with me, the inflammation, gone. Just because I had to be on a medication that was purging all of the bacteria in my system. I was on that medication for 6 weeks. Running through me every 12 hours for 6 weeks. And that's how I know that your diet has a lot to do with it. So what would I suggest as somebody who's not a doctor but did a lot of experimentation? I think to be all-inclusive, you'll find general info on how to regulate your hormones, which is what a lot of you are going through after the Mirena crash, is uneven hormones, hormone imbalance. You're basically sort of kind of going through like a mini menopause. There are supplements that you can take if you're for certain which hormones are irregular. If you have irregular estrogen, if you have irregular progesterone, or irregular cortisol, or irregular testosterone, or your histamines are even acting up. Did you know that it affects your histamines as well? Did you start getting food allergies? Or did you start getting rashes that you can't explain? Yeah, because it affects histamine levels too. Did you have to take an antihistamine now? Yeah, it affects that too. So to correct your hormonal balance and imbalance, I tell you, it has a lot to do with what you eat. And also vitamin D levels. Like you have to, if you can, go out in the sun for at least half an hour midday. Nobody's telling you to get a sunburn, but get some vitamin D in you, because that actually does affect the way you feel. It's not going to do it overnight. I know that anybody watching this that's going through the Mirena crash, they want to get cured overnight. It's understandable. And a good majority of us do turn out fine, but some of us are also left with permanent damage. We're not going to sugarcoat it, good percentage of you, like 97% of you are going to be just fine. But there are going to be some that are going to not get through this unscathed, So look up what it takes to balance whatever hormones are uneven for you. What I did for myself was I learned that selenium and iodine were important factors in normal thyroid function. And I also had inflammation. So what I was doing was I was eating 2 to 3 boiled eggs every morning, which have selenium in them. and I was putting salt and pepper on them with turmeric. So what that did was it was anti-inflammatory with the turmeric and the pepper, and the iodine in the salt was for the iodine levels, which mine were almost low. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to eat some more iodized salt. And I noticed that just that meal right there kept me a little bit more balanced throughout the day. Just 3 boiled eggs, salt, pepper, turmeric. Little bit of powdered turmeric. Not a whole lot, just a little bit on each egg. And you hardly taste it. If you think of your food now as medicine rather than for your taste buds, you'll see things a whole lot differently. And that's how you should think of your food at this point, because you're trying to recover. And some great advice that quite a few people on YouTube gave other people was eat for medicine and eat like you're healing. When you have those moments when your anxiety is acting up really, really, really bad, you can't sleep, or your period is like extra out of the ordinary, or you're bloating, or you're gaining weight, or your joints are inflamed, or you're feeling inflamed all over your body, or you're weak, or you're getting headaches, your vision has changed, you're getting vertigo, you're experiencing pain in places that you never did before, your emotions are all over the place, and I do mean all over the place. When you're just having crying spells, when you're feeling doom, all of that, hormones, all of it, every single bit of it. For me, it was hormones and thyroid, but those two are connected. Start with your diet. Your diet, I feel, as somebody who's not a doctor, but who has experience in it, I feel your diet's going to help with at least 60% of it. Of course, once you fix that, did you know that your cholesterol levels can also be affected by your hormones? Yeah. You might notice that your stress levels and your cholesterol levels are changing. Get some exercise if you can. It's hard, I know. You're not going to be wanting to. You're going to be tired. But try to get up and move around. Especially if you have an abundance of anxiety. Get up and move around. Go in the sun. Pop some magnesium glycinate, like a couple 100 milligrams or 400 milligrams. Ask a doctor first. Calm you down a little bit. And go for a little walk. And what that's going to do is that's actually going to help with your hormones a bit. It's a combo effort. But diet, I've noticed, is a big factor in clearing you up. So now I know, like me personally, what I'm left with is basically 30 pounds that I didn't want. And yeah, my body has actually healed in a lot of ways. It's weird. I'm kind of grateful that it happened, but at the same time, I've got battle scars from it. But sugar, for me, sugar and carbs, what they've always told us are my culprits. They are what is causing this moon face. And they are what is causing these turkey arms and the abundance of weight and the bloating and the swelling. And when I have inflammation, if my hands or my joints hurt, which they don't much anymore. Lots of water. Drink lots of water to clear your system. Anybody that's telling you to do like a liver detox and kidney detox and all that, just take some probiotics. You know the little, what is it called? Starts with an A. Activia. You know the little Activia shots that have probiotics? I was taking those every day for a month. No bloating. No bloating. No matter how much carbs and sugar I ate, no bloating. I mean, I could literally stuff my face full of all the carbs in the world and I would not get any bloating. That's got to tell you how much your diet affects how you feel. Your stomach is your second brain, supposedly. So I just wanted to say that 97% of you are going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. It's just time, diet, exercise, keep track of your levels, keep track of your hormones. Even if you have to test yourself every month, advocate for yourself, because these doctors and these other people are not going to advocate for you. You have to do this yourself. That's the sad truth. The life as a woman, we have to do everything ourselves anyway. So this is just going to be one more thing, you know? Well, let me get me started on how man-hater this made me. Anyways, but that's about it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm just trying to wrap this up because it's been 2 years. I feel fine. I'm just fat now. But that's something that I already know how to fix. But yeah, so best of wishes, best of luck. You're going to get through this. Just take it one day at a time. Try to be as proactive as possible, even if you feel like crap. Put the right things in your body, okay? All right, good luck.